And I got
Okay, we're live.
for you, Mrs. T.
Nice.
Appreciate
All right, I have my squirt bottle here. I'm squirting anyone who talks. I'm talking to you too, Anthony.
Start talking.
Hey, everybody,
It's
it's
on.
Matt. We're at
Yeah.
Texas Toast Guitars. Thanks for watching. I'm currently spraying Ike from Flipside Music with my bottle full of pee.
He's not a cat.
Huh?
He's not a cat.
Oh, he reacts just like a cat, though. Hey, everybody. So we're actually going here. Shut up.
Jesus fucking Christ.
No doubt.
God damn it. You
It's
think
like
it's funny, but it's
like
not.
herding cats. So Chris is working the board here, and he will be joining us shortly. Looks like we got a few people who are already tuned in. Mrs. Toast is with us today. Would you like to watch the iPod pad, or am I to watch that?
That's all you.
That's all me. Okay. Do we still need to plug the thing in?
Yeah. I'll do it.
Man, it has been so crazy around here this week, you guys, and ladies too. So much activity, so much action, and most of that is because we are getting ready for our great big annual party, Texas Toast Days, which is coming up this Friday. And if you haven't already made plans to attend Texas Toast Days, well, you should. I don't know what your problem is, because you should. It's going to be lots of fun. Friday is going to be the kickoff party. Sergeant Bishop is going to be here, and he's going to have his grill, and he's going to be grilling. We're going to have Stump the Lousy Guitar Player, which is a hilarious game. You know, we've often talked about what should the TV show be. I think Stump the Lousy Guitar Player should be the TV show, because that is the great. So imagine, if you will, I've got 3 of the baddest ass guitar players in Colorado, and people try to stump them. What they do is they write little things like, they write, let's just say for the sake of argument,
The theme song to the Muppet Show.
the theme song from the Muppet Show, or More Than a Feeling, or Don't Fear the Reaper, or something like that. And they see if these guys, like, they're going, I'm going to stump those guys with that, song. And they have to play it, even if it's poorly, just a few seconds of that song identifiable as that song, such that I can understand, or I know what it is. Not, you don't have to play it perfectly. It's Stump the Lousy Guitar Player. It's not, Stump the, Andrea Segovia or anything. So anyway, it's that's what it is. And so Dylan from Flipside is in here too, and he tries to fuck around and puts in like these metal bands that I don't know what they are. But I'm the judge. It's my fucking show, so I'm the judge. So you know what I mean.
It's always the Matt
It's
Show.
always the Matt Show. That's right. Can everyone hear Mrs. Toast in the microphone? Chris, how are you doing?
I'm good.
You seem like you might be a little Twitter.
So I set the chat up last night, and I set it up on my home computer, and I wasn't sure it was going through to the channel.
Yeah.
And then like 5 minutes later, I looked, and there it was, and I was like, oh, okay, we're good. Because I was going to go back and set it up on my phone.
Boop. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we got here today, and it was like some old video.
Oh, crap.
Live chat thing. I was like, no, that's not what I want.
One of the things that we have learned a little bit about from doing these live things is that they want you to do it on your phone. They don't want you to do it on your computer. I actually did a podcast with Jim Fuller last night, and it was all sorts of Skyping and trying to get shit together, and it was a disaster for me because my computer went tits up and everything just took a dump. But they had a lot of fun. I was glad to do that with those guys. So looks like there's a bunch of people who are joining us right now. Let's see what's going on. TJ says, what's up? Wayne says, hey, legends. I don't know who he's talking to there. Crispy.
A different channel.
Yeah, he must be watching a different show. Crispy says, Texas Heads Unite. Doc is watching us. Problem in Colorado. A bit too far for the drive. Come on, Doc. You're only in Canada. We got some hey dudes from Chris. Good evening from Simon. Tiger Panther Fox says message retracted. I don't know what we did, but
Oh, what did he say?
I don't know.
Maybe we were running late or something. Who knows?
Oh, maybe, and we were.
Let's go with that. Yeah.
So anyway, guys, we've got a big party coming up this week, and there's going to be lots and lots of cool stuff. So like I say, Friday's the kickoff party. Saturday, there's going to be live bands. Sunday is just going to, I think, be us doing a podcast and recovering from Friday and Saturday.
I forgot there'll be a podcast. There'll be a live thing from that. We may do some live things during Friday. It would be fun to.
Do you think we should do Stump the Lousy Guitar Player
yeah,
live?
we should. Yeah,
Absolutely.
maybe just film it. Yeah, that would
Sure.
be
No,
fun.
do it
Do it live?
live.
Okay.
Well, no, but I mean, yeah, just it's not an interactive thing, but it'll go out
Yes.
live, and yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So another thing that happened this week was, if you recall last week, hold on. Someone took my beer.
Someone sucks.
Man. Hey, Brett, would you grab me another refreshment, please? It doesn't matter what it
We've
is.
upped our game on beer.
We really, really have. So last week, I put it out there. Oh, bless you, Brett. And the horse you rode in on. Last week, we put it out there that Chris should fix the bass 6. And Chris finally acquiesced and said, I'm going to fix the bass 6. And then he thought, you know what, though? I don't like this sunburst. I want to make this a different color. Or I want to make it something cool. And I said, well, hey, man, why don't we just put it out there? If somebody, let's have everyone put their money where their mouth is. And if you guys wanted to, so what we did was we made a video and said, if you guys want to see this get fixed and have it be in a super cool custom color and you want it to be yours, $500. So we got payment from someone who watched and thought, wouldn't it be cool to have a Lake Placid blue bass 6?
That's what he thought.
And so he's doing it. So Chris is gonna get that set up.
Yeah, we'll get that going.
We're gonna get that going this
maybe
week.
tomorrow. We'll get started on that because before you know it, the week will be.
Yeah,
gone,
nothing
and
but
we'll go,
Texas Toast
"Oh,
Days.
we
Yeah.
didn't do it again.
And we've got some painting to do at the undisclosed location tomorrow or Tuesday. I can't remember when we're scheduled to go over there and do that.
Yeah.
We have to work that out with the guy who runs the place. So anyway,
I kind of picture you guys like Hogan heroes trying to like crawl into this undisclosed location to be undetected to your presence. And,
that's totally how it is.
and you have like a switch and a coffee can, like pot or something like that.
Oh, we have a
Once it's
radio.
tapped
We got
on.
it all. Yeah.
So, what did you see? Tiger, Panther, Fox.
Tiger, Pants
Which
on
is like
Fire.
the greatest handle.
Yeah,
ever,
yeah.
I think. Said before it was message retracted.
Uh-huh.
And now it's bonjour from across the pond in Uck.
In Uck. Right on. So Crispy says film it all. Okay, guys, you know how I am. I try to keep up on all this stuff, but like I already typed on the other chat, I just bought an Epiphone Pro classical guitar with nylon strings. I think this is a message between some other guys who are doing some stuff. What else has been going on, Chris? There's been a lot of other shit that's been happening, and I don't even remember.
Business is normal. We're getting back into the daily grind, I guess. I don't know.
I did some sealing. I'm doing a really cool leopard print BC Rich Eagle for a customer, which is super awesome. It's not ready. It's back there, but it's all scratched up because it's getting ready for its second round of sealer. But that's gonna be like what do you have to do? What do you gotta do when you play that?
I gotta.
You gotta live like you're on vacation.
You gotta all night is right. Yeah.
You put me on the spot, man.
Sorry.
On a Kiss lyric.
Yeah,
Come on,
sorry.
I can't really pull that off.
Sorry. So Chris and I are going to be doing some painting early in the week. I've got a bunch of woodwork to do this week, and we got a couple of necks in progress for Andy. We got the baritone flying V's. There's just all kinds of great shit going on. So, and we learned so much about shielding this weekend. So the video that I'm going to be posting later this week is all about shielding an adventurer guitar that we did for a customer. And Gary has a boatload of other cool guitars, which he brought a bunch in today. And we looked at a bunch of different ways that, outfits like Paul Reed Smith, Warrior, Carvin, and there was another outfit that had
That
different.
crazy stone.
Yeah,
top.
yeah.
I can't even remember the name.
I can't remember the name of it either, but it had
very
a.
exotic.
It was from Deutschland, and they had their own way of shielding too. So we took a look at all these really cool things about shielding. We did a whole video on shielding, and that's going to be posted this week, guys. Wait for that. Stay tuned for that one. We'll have more videos on Chris's Bass 6 repair, and there's going to be so much other things. You might just shit your pants. It's that exciting.
You're gonna plot.
You're gonna plot. But enough of the bullshit talk about that. What's gonna happen? Let's talk about what we're talking about today, which is Chris is frustrated. Let's bitch about some stuff. No, that's not the topic.
We should do that video someday.
What
but
would we
not
call
today. Bitch fest? I don't know.
Not Chris is frustrated. Let's bitch about
let's
stuff.
rant.
We could do that for hours.
That's rants.
You can call it The View with Chris.
The View with Chris. Tiger, Panther, Fox. We know UK's United Kingdom. Come on, we're not that ugly of
Well,
Americans.
it's funny because when, like, in 1979, my oldest sister joined the Air Force and got stationed in England. And the first time my mother got her phone bill with
Oh.
all these charges on it from UK, she was like, "What the fuck is UCK?" And
Who's been calling
Rose said,
Uck?
"What the fuck is UCK?"
pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm paraphrasing. It's basically the gist
But
of
but
it.
some people's mothers wouldn't say shit if they had a mouthful. Rose, absolutely, yeah, yeah.
It's where I learned all my.
All your
bad
good
language,
ones, yeah. So Dana has I got a question about wood. I'm all ears. Ask away. But what we'll be happy to answer you guys' questions. We'll be happy to answer you questions. Is that right, Ike?
That's right.
Use questions? Okay. We'll be happy to answer use questions, but what we want to talk about today is custom, what is that? You
It's
you
right
came up with
there.
it. Oh, yeah.
Favorite factory guitar, better than custom.
Better than custom?
Yeah, we came up with this late last night.
And when we say we, I mean Chris.
Sure.
So I have not had any free time to think about this.
Yeah, you said shut up. I'm fixing my new computer.
I'm
getting
doing
my new
shit.
computer to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, you figure it out,
So,
jerk.
all right, so we want to know what y'all's favorite factory guitar is, and
Yeah.
if you think it's better than a custom guitar.
And really, this was for the people to talk about while we're blathering on and on about idiotic stuff that we talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Dana, I think he says, I need to fill a small bridge hole like in a Gibson. Mahogany dowel. That's you, baby. That's what you want.
I knew that chick.
Mahogany dowel.
Yeah, I dated her for a while in the mid '80s.
Dylan from Flipside thinks that his guitar is going to be called Chixie Dick or something like that, but it's actually going to be called Mahogany
Dick
Dowel.
Palmer.
I like Dixie Mixie
Palmer.
chick.
Okay.
Be in the middle, Dixie, Mixie, chick.
So yeah, if you, what you need is probably a 1/2-inch dowel of mahogany. Preferably, you don't want one that has the end grain showing where you're going to screw into, but you might have to go to a woodworker who can help you with that. Okay, so Chris, what's your favorite factory guitar, and is it better than a custom? Man, this is a long way around the barn.
No doubt.
What time is it?
It's 5:14.
All right, so it took 15 minutes to get, yeah.
You know, hey.
Usual Matt Blather time.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty short, actually.
Yeah, I don't know that anybody really cares about my favorite factory guitar.
Ow.
I don't know that I have a favorite factory guitar.
Hey man, you came up with this, and I'm still thinking of mine.
Like
so.
I told you. Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. While I think about mine, I'll ask Chris what his is,
Yeah.
and then I'll outdo him tenfold.
I don't know that that's humanly possible. All right, so
Yeah, I like a bunch of different guitars. I don't have a favorite guitar right now.
okay. Well, I guess
if I
we'll
was
just
to pick a brand, I'm a Fender fanboy
okay.
from start to finish.
All right.
So,
Where's a great place to buy Fender guitars, Chris?
my favorite place here locally is Flipside.
For all
Flipside
your
Music, since they
Fender
started
guitar
carrying
needs,
them.
think
Yeah.
Flipside Music,
Yeah.
America's great guitar, the Great American Guitar Store.
That's what it is.
That's
Yeah.
right, the Great American Guitar Store. Flipside Music. Check them out
Mm-hmm.
at www.flipside-music.com.
How much do we get off a guitar each time we say Flipside Music?
Every time we say that, we get 33.
An undisclosed.
We get 33%
Flipside Music?
of a cent.
Where's Flipside Music? Give
You
me
know
the
what you
address of
get?
Flipside Music.
Mind your business.
Yeah.
What's the website address of Flipside
I just
Music?
told everybody, Flipside Music, / something or another. Anyway, Flipside Music, they got Fender, yeah.
Just Google it.
Yeah.
Well, Doc Siltonen says as 2005 Gibson Les Paul Jr. single cut is great, but not as good as my Texas Toast single cut.
Doc, which Texas Toast single cut do you have?
He got the one that wasn't finished.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right. Never mind, Doc. Yeah.
Now you remember?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Good. Yeah.
So I'm going to try to think of what my favorite factory guitar is, and I'm going to try to think of something that you guys don't think I'm going to say. And Brett, who I've
I
known
know
for
who
the
the
last
winner is.
15 years, thinks he probably knows what it is.
Should I guess?
You want to come over to the
Let's-
microphone
let's
and,
play-
and
let's
say.
play.
But you should get on camera.
I'm just for a
Let's play. Yeah.
I
Sneak in
So
the
remember to
middle.
talk.
Sneak in
Yeah,
the
talk
middle.
loud, because yeah.
I am
there.
going to guess your favorite factory guitar that you have is your Dan Armstrong bass.
Well, that's the only factory guitar I have.
Well, there you
so
go. So you
that's
kept that one.
probably that's right up there. But that probably isn't my favorite factory guitar because I don't even know if they still make those.
Oh yeah,
It should probably be
it was
something they
made in
still
a factory
make.
though. But
Yes.
it wasn't.
Yeah,
It was not a
yeah.
custom. It was made in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't. I
What's
would.
yours, Brett?
I would.
My favorite, Les Paul standard.
Yeah.
Is the plain old Gibson USA. I mean, you can't do much. It is what it is. It rocks.
Yeah, they are. They are
and,
cool.
and people say quality control. Maybe some years are better than others, but like whatever one I have is I got no
Pretty
complaints
alright.
about it. Yeah,
Do you like to rock?
sure I do.
You're-
think
And,
Brett-
I would also say, any kind of Gibson USA stuff.
You know that
is
April
generic.
Wine song that was written about Brett?
Can I do my Brett impression?
Oh.
Sure.
If you're not rocking, you're not rocking.
That's
right.
true.
So I'm actually gonna probably say something like, can you go back in time and like pick a year, or does it have to be something that's available
Well, yeah,
now?
it can be just your favorite model. It
Gosh,
can be
okay.
a very, very specific guitar.
I would-
It can be just the one single guitar ever. You've played all the other ones of that series, and
Yeah.
they suck nuts.
Yeah.
But this is the one.
I like all the big names like Fender and Gibson and Paul Reed Smith. I also like Hamer. Of course, they're not around anymore except for some Korean made things.
Uh-huh.
But I liked the old BC Rich guitars a lot. There's so many great factory guitars. The problem is that some of the factory guitars that I like are basically boutique custom. Because like everybody has a custom shop now, right? So that's
Yeah.
tricky.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So let's take a few comments here.
Well, Andrew St. Pierre says favorite fave factory guitar was my '64 Telecaster with its Princeton reverb.
Just a plain old Tele is really hard to beat. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
It's sort of like I was talking with Jim Fuller, and Anthony, you will maybe appreciate this. We were trying to figure out who the Eugene Stoner and Mikhail Kalashnikov of the electric guitar were. And I said that Paul Bigsby was the Mikhail Kalashnikov and Leo Fender was the Eugene Stoner. So you might want to chime in on that. Anyone else who is down with what I'm talking about, you might be able to let me know too. But anyway, just a plain old straight up Tele is pretty awesome. I can tell you it's easier for me to tell you guitars that I don't think are cool. Everything from Rickenbacker, not cool. I don't like them. Yeah. So anyway. Who's that guy? Hey, okay, so Fernando says, any Japanese. Chris is actually a huge fan of Japanese guitars, and
Of some, yeah.
I am too of some. What are some of your favorite Japanese guitars? I think you and I both agree on the one manufacturer.
Yeah. So I really am a big fan of early Yamaha, late 60s guitars from one end to the other. That stuff's all really, really great. Their semi-hollow body stuff, their SA series are cool, the SBs, the basses, the super guitars are all really great. I've owned some other 60s era Japanese stuff that was fun, but it wasn't like awesome. It was good for the money.
Okay.
Or it was fun for the money.
Yeah.
On the used market.
It works hard for the money.
It does work hard for the money.
Did you treat it right?
I didn't treat it right. I sold it.
I did.
Well, that's probably what
There
you
was-
turned it
expected
out.
coming in.
You know, there was that whole they call it the lawsuit era stuff
Yeah.
of Japan, where they were making some really high-end instruments for not a lot of money, and that always has to be said, is for not a lot of money
Yeah.
you can get this really great guitar. And that stuff was neat. I like the Japanese stuff.
Hold on, I want to acknowledge E. Jar here, who says Leo Fender is the John Browning of guitar industry. You might be 100% right, although Ted McCarty might be. Anyway, and someone says that sorry, I'm doing a bunch of crossover firearm stuff. Someone
ahead.
says that Grover Jackson is the Eugene Stoner. So anyway, guys, we're down here in the weeds already.
Cool.
So.
You can scroll too.
Oh yeah, well you have to know, you have to remember to do that.
Yeah.
Remember, so it's like every time I'm behind the paint gun, I have to remember that there's so many little things that you have to adjust. And like so the last time I was doing some painting at our new paint place, I'm spraying, and I'm adjusting all these, fiddling with all these knobs, and nothing's coming out. And then I realized, like much too late, oh, there's no air going in the top of the cup. So maybe we'll do a video about that one day too. So. Okay. BB Made says that the way Rickenbacker did their 12-string tuning machines is cool. It is cool. It doesn't mean that I like Rickenbackers, but it was obviously that was a stroke of genius, the way that they angled stuff. One thing going 90 degrees to the other, I thought was really cool.
Yeah, some of our guests are leaving.
Some of our
See you
guests
later,
are leaving.
guests.
So long, guys, from Flipside Music,
Yeah.
Great American Guitar
Can we
Store.
Finally stop shilling for those dudes.
We can
Good
finally
Lord.
stop shilling for those guys. It's thundering and raining here in
It's
Colorado,
raining, yeah,
and
for the first time
yeah.
in a little while.
Rick says that based on the brands that he has played, he thinks that Ibanez would be his favorite factory guitar.
Yeah.
That is a
Cool.
tough one to beat because Ibanez makes some awesome stuff, and it's not just the pointy things. They've made like Ibanez Artists were super traditional and really well done. The Ibanez guitars are awesome.
When I was younger and when I first got into guitars, Ibanez was consistently the coolest guitar brand around. From the old stuff that you could buy used to the new stuff.
Didn't you
And that
have
was
an
in
Ibanez lawsuit Les Paul?
Yeah, I had a
Okay.
77, and it was one of the really, really good ones with the maple top, and it was glued in neck, and really highly thought of in the Ibanez world, and it was a great guitar, and it was almost free at the pawn shop.
Oh,
I bought
wow.
it at. I paid $140 for that guitar in 1989. So so it wasn't even really that old. It was like 12 years old.
Okay.
You know, but just a really, really nice guitar. You could tell just by picking it up. It felt like a guitar.
Yeah.
You
You
know?
knew. Yeah, it wasn't a
As
toy.
opposed
You
to
had
the Harmony
Yeah.
Strat that I had before that I got $100 for at another pawn shop. This was all down in Lodo. It was a guitar, and it was really, really nice. So
That's cool. Okay, so I can't see it on here. D Dreidel. I have early 2000 Washburn USA. Washburn's another great guitar gun that's been around way longer than people think it has been around.
yeah. I'm suddenly reminded that I'm not supposed to say yeah.
Oh, I think you are because that means somebody has
and
to
then somebody
drink
has to
when.
drink.
Yep.
The Japanese stuff, there's tons and tons and part of it is a lot of that stuff's made in just a couple of factories.
Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they get you can have somebody make you guitars in Japan at one of those factories.
Okay, so you can go in and
even
spec
Japanese
what you want.
manufacturers
Okay.
do that. Yeah. They have a lot of guys that are kind of like Grover Jackson as far as, what do you want? I'll ghost build whatever you want in huge quantities. And
We're actually doing a
Yeah.
ghost built guitar right now for someone, and I'm having a lot of fun with that.
it's hard to see though
What's that?
because it's ghost.
Oh, Post and Ghost. No, it's a Mosrite style guitar that we're building
Yeah.
for a guy. I can't tell you who it is. His name is Nick. That's all I can tell you. And and so you never know. You might see that guitar floating around someday, and you'll never even know that we built that. So there's some questions coming in or some comments coming in. Warwick guitars are nice. Yeah, absolutely. Bernie and Tokai. Hartley Peavy was
Those
the
are
Henry
Japanese
Ford of
companies,
guitar.
and I think
Yep.
those are the same company.
I think
as
they're
far
are
as-
they owned by Gibson or like a conglomerate?
I thought Orville was the Japanese
Oh, okay.
Gibson,
Yeah.
but they're all probably tied pretty close together, and
So let's bottom line.
we could
this,
nerd
Chris.
out on Japanese stuff someday. Not today.
I would just
I don't know that I could nerd out about.
what
it
I would
very
do is
long.
I would yak over everybody else about not the topic because I want to hear myself talk. But so if we have to put not to put too fine a point on it, but if we were to do that, a guitar that you can get today that's easily available, you go to Guitar Center and you can get it. What do you get? It's a factory guitar. And is it better than a custom shop one? Ready, go. I would say anything from Ernie Ball Music Man. Now, I'm not a super huge fan of all of their stuff, but they make a great guitar, and it's probably every bit as good as some of the other guitar. Kiesel is another one that, like, God, I hate the way they look because they're just the stuff that they're into, I'm not into. It doesn't mean that they're bad. It's just I'm not into it. But build quality is awesome. Paul Reed Smith is another one of those ones where I'm like, I've had a bunch of PRS guitars, and that I think they're neat, but I'm kind of over that right now. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
what do you? But it's like if you wanted to get a BC Rich today, you're not going to get one like they had back in the '70s. Same with the Dean guitars. Same with the Jacksons, unless you're not going to find that at just like Joe Shit's guitar store in Denver. You know what I mean? So anyway.
Joe Shit's Guitar Barn.
Yeah, Joe Shit's
Come
guitar
on down
barn.
to Joe Shit's Guitar Barn.
So what do you say, Chris?
I'm such a Fender fanboy. If I wasn't building my own guitars
Okay.
here, that's what I would buy.
All right. That's easy
where
then,
I'm
yeah.
keyed in on is Fender. So
Now, as a custom builder,
uh-huh.
what Fenders are as good as custom guitars? I guess the custom shop Fenders.
Yes. So the neat thing about custom is you can get it exactly the way you want. Hopefully. For us, you certainly can.
Yeah.
And that's kind of a fun thing to do.
I
is
did a
build
video-
your dream custom kind of thing.
And so I did a video on that the Fender custom shop isn't a real custom shop several years ago, and I've changed my mind and acquiesced on that because because people are like, well, yeah, see if you can get Fender custom shop to make you a Les Paul. Well, that's not what I was really getting at, but what I was driving at is you can't really send Fender a picture of some shape that you want them to make, and maybe you can, but unless you're someone who's a big time hotshot guitar player, maker guy, player, endorser guy, it's hard to get a brand new shape out of a company like Fender because those guys are so heavily invested in the guitars that everybody wants anyway that the custom shop generally means that you get
color.
you get to pick the color or the degree of wornness. Chris, what you're looking for is in a box right down there by your feet. It's yellow. It's in a brown box under that student bench there. So it's an actual custom shop, but you have to, you know what I mean? You're kind of, your hands are tied to, it's a custom Strat, and that's cool. There's nothing wrong with that at all. So let's see what's going on here in the comment section below here. Baja Tellies are hard to beat for the price. Absolutely they are. Like the guy who was just joining us here, Brett, when I first met Brett, and it's been many, many years, many decades, he had a Baja Series Telly, I want to say. Wasn't it, Brett, that you...
Highway 1.
Highway 1, okay. So it was before the Baja?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
It was like it was stripped down U.S. Strat.
Okay.
The cheapest, but it was nice. It was
Cool,
no frills.
cool. Let's see. Who would you equate to Colt or FN of guitars? Let me think about that one and get back to you. Andy wants to say Guilds are set up perfectly. Guild is one of those companies that like is totally off the radar of a lot of people. I'm gonna put D'Angelico in there too. That God, you know what? I forgot all about those guys. Because when we were at the NAMM show, every time we see the D'Angelico and Guild stuff, I'm always blown away at how great it looks.
Yeah, yeah.
Even some of that Godin stuff was like, wow, that's like a regular stock guitar.
Yeah. Yeah, the D'Angelico stuff is, and they seem to get no love from anybody.
They should, well,
I see
except for
that stuff
Bob
on
Weir. Yeah.
Constant closeout,
Yeah.
and it looks fantastic. So,
Mm-hmm. There-
whatever.
There are what, babe?
There you go.
There you go. There are a bunch of guitars too that I just don't know about. So like some people here are talking about Harley Benton and Chapman and some of the, I don't really know what that is.
Schecter.
I know Schecter, and those guys have been around. I'm a fan of the Schecters when like Pete Townshend was playing those Schecter Tellys back in the '80s. Was that when he was doing that? Yeah. Those are, and they've always made nice stuff, but yeah.
Yeah.
The potential problem that with some of those, and it's not a problem as much as it's a tier. There's a difference between tier 1 Schecter and a tier 3 Schecter. You know what I mean? And a lot of that boils down to hardware and finish. So to get something that has, you know, a Floyd Rose on it that's good to go and will last a long, long time, you have to pay a little more. And the problem is that some of the import guitars get equated with this is all that you can come up with in terms of quality for that instrument brand, which is not the case. So people go, well, I have a Jackson. Oh, is it a USA Jackson? Because there's a huge, huge difference between an Indonesian Jackson and a USA Jackson. A lot of that is hardware. You know what I mean? But there's an equal disparity between the Chinese Schecters and the where I don't know what. Right? I mean, you know what I'm talking about? Or am I making any sense at all? Everybody, let me know. Ready, go, Chris.
Yes, you're making sense.
Okay, that's the first time that's ever happened. Okay, go.
One of the you were talking about the Fender Custom Shop and things, and we get asked to do a lot of kind of custom shop projects that don't seem that out of the ordinary that other places can't or won't do.
So what do you mean?
Like just simple things like,
Baritone flying V's?
Yeah. I mean, things that aren't all that difficult, or like a body build, like oh, I want a Mustang body, but I want it to have humbuckers and a Jazzmaster trim. Okay, we can do that.
Yeah, that's pretty straightforward.
Pretty straightforward and pretty easy. But there's a lot of places that won't do that, and a lot of the CNC places won't do it because it takes too much time to program the machine to do it.
Yeah,
or program the file, or they have to. I don't know how you do it.
Well, it's
you start over.
The making one guitar on a CNC machine costs a lot of money. Making 100 by the time you get, but the economy of scale go. Yeah, What do they call that when you average out or annualize the price of programming per the one thing? It's not that big of a deal. So
yeah,
if you make more than one.
Yeah, and so for us, in a lot of ways, we sit in that sector where we can almost do anything that you can think of, because we build a template, or we do whatever it takes to make that happen, and it's just moving things around.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Because a single coil from a Strat is always the same size. We just put it onto one thing. A humbucker is on the neck pocket.
Yeah. Can you make me a Jazzmaster body with a 24 and 3/4 inch scale and a hip shot string through bridge? Yeah, sure.
Well, so Andrew St. Pierre called me I think it was last Sunday, and said, can you make me a Jazzmaster neck with a Tele heel? Well, yeah, no sweat. I would imagine you could not call the Fender Custom Shop and get that.
No, I don't think you can. I don't think you can call Warmoth and get that. I don't think you can call USA Custom and get that.
Yeah.
It's yeah. I
Who
saw.
do you call?
Who are you gonna call?
Texas Toast.
You know that that guy. Okay, let me segue here. What was that guy? What was the guy's name who did the Ghostbusters song? It wasn't Huey Lewis. Ray Parker Jr. Yeah, he had that other song. I'm in love with the other woman. That sounded like an '80s ZZ Top song in some. And I heard it the other day I'm like, who is this? Oh yeah, remember that one? That was a cool tune. There was some cool guitar work on that. Yeah.
He played guitar too.
Does he? He was a guitar player on that. What is the Steyr Og of guitars? There's been, you know what, guys? It does my heart proud to know that here I've seen a bunch of, like, if the Strat is the 1911, who would be the Browning High Power and some of that stuff. I think I'm right in this neighborhood right here over Chris. So I don't know the answers to all these questions, but I love that you are asking them, and it is what I was kind of hoping would happen when I did the live chat last night. But I was talking to a bunch of gun guys about guitars, and now I'm talking to a bunch of guitar guys about guns, or maybe I don't know.
The thing last night, and I was hoping, and it doesn't. you and Jim were the only guitar guys. Everybody else could care less
Everybody
about
else didn't
guitars.
know, yeah.
And so it kind of got lost, and there weren't enough people. It's not a established enough channel that this kind
Yeah.
of thing happened there.
Yeah.
So it just kind of, yeah. And maybe later that'll happen. You get
Perhaps.
some of these guys to go watch that,
Yeah.
then maybe. But it was, yeah.
Who is so who is the Kimber of guitars? I have a different theory about Kimbers. I remember when Kimbers were $650, and I was at the SHOT Show with Soldier of Fortune magazine, which is where I worked at the time, and Bill Wilson told me there's no way you can build that gun for $650. They've since gone way, way up in price. That's a different perspective on Kimber, though, from an old person like myself. So anyway.
Old person.
I felt old last night. I was talking about this really nice rifle that I had as a bolt action rifle that I had custom built for me 25 years ago, and some of the people who were hosting the podcast were like, "I'm not even that old. That gun's older than me." Oh man!
So
if
who
you
are the
knew.
other two people on there with you?
There was a bunch of people on there. Jim Fuller from Rifle Dynamics,
Oh, okay.
and some guys from Sons of Liberty Gunworks, and someone from Firearms Coalition of some anyway. And I was on there as the Texas Toast Guitars guy, and there was a bunch of youngsters who know how to work technology, handling the Skyping and this, that, and the other. So, yeah. But anyway, let's get back. Enough with that. Let's get back down to what's
Serious business.
serious
Guitars.
business. David Lee wants to know what's the best wood for sustain. I've got a basswood guitar, which isn't supposed to be big sustain last. Okay, let's
I read a whole thing this morning
on the EVH
yeah,
guitars.
exactly about how basswood is really good, but as soon as you throw a maple cap on it, then
I don't have any.
world's your
I don't have
oyster.
any problems at all with basswood. Basswood. You know something cool about basswood, guys? You want to know why they use basswood? Basswood is an extra $1 a board foot than poplar. It's as stupid to look at as, it doesn't have anything fancy going on. It takes so it's great for color, just like opaque colors, red and black, and fancy blues and emerald greens and shit like that. Here's something about basswood that's really cool is it seals up like that. It's awesome to work with. You might see some basswood. We might start using basswood more than poplar if it's what I think. I'm willing to pay more
Yeah.
for basswood, and I bet you, depending on where you are, basswood doesn't have to necessarily be more, but yeah.
Yeah.
So basswood is a great wood for guitars. I don't have problem one with basswood. What do you think, Chris?
I think it's
Machine's
fine.
great.
Yeah, millions and millions of guitars have been made out of basswood, and guys that know more than we do have made guitars
Yeah.
out of basswood, and I'm sure it's wood. It's
You should do the knocking test on it.
We could do the knocking test on
the
it.
tap test.
Is it
Tap
as nice
test your
as this
basswood.
Yojimbe, though?
It's not as nice as that Yojimbe neck. Well, that's a
Yeah.
neck. So the best wood for a guitar, there's so many things that go into how long a guitar will sustain. I am a firm believer that the neck pocket has much more to do with the body wood and whether or not you direct couple the pickups to the guitar. All of that stuff, you should do all that stuff if it makes you happy, and you will end up with a guitar that you love.
Yeah,
That's cool.
And I think bridge has
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot to do with sustain and how the bridge is mounted, and the quality of the bridge has more to do with it than the actual wood.
I think too the simplicity of the bridge, the less moving dealies you
Yeah,
have going on.
yeah.
That's one of the reasons that we came up with the bridge that we came up with for our guitars, is because it's a massive chunk of metal and it's got 3 saddles and 6 strings, and that's it. There's nothing else going on there. It's
Yeah.
easy.
And the less movement of anything mechanical is less chance of necessary repair.
Absolutely, yeah. So I don't know if
Yeah.
you can hear Mrs. Toast, but she's like, the less chance for stuff. Basically, I'm going to paraphrase: the less stuff that can go wrong, the less stuff will go wrong. Meh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Sorta.
Sorta.
yeah, and 3 saddles. Each saddle has 2 strings holding it down. That thing is solid as a rock.
Yeah.
And you got big what?
as solid as a rock.
Okay, so Brett, when you're over there and talking, no one can hear you. So there's a lull in the action. So
Yeah.
come over here and talk into the microphone. No, come over and talk into the microphone.
I have nothing important to say.
Yeah, you do. No, you can stay right over there and talk into the microphone.
okay.
But look
So
at
what
you.
happens is when people are on their treadmill tomorrow morning watching this, they'll just see Chris and I going like this, and you be talking, and then they won't hear you. And so see if you talk into the microphone now. Now it won't be like, well, what happened to my thing? I'm on the treadmill and I'm running and I'm listening to the this great thing, and yeah.
Yeah.
I'm okay.
Yep.
I might be the only person who's on the treadmill tomorrow morning listening to this podcast, but
Not
I'll
it.
probably sleep in. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'd say don't worry about the wood. Make sure your hardware is good. Make sure everything is how it should be.
Mm-hmm.
Neck pocket,
Yeah.
stuff like that, and
Yeah.
yeah.
All of that stuff can add up, but yeah, the most important thing is just build the guitar properly in the first
Yeah.
place, and you'll be solid.
Well, if wood was a big consideration, the shape of the body would be a big consideration, and it's not.
I agree.
And my thing is like, how much sustain do you need? You're playing through an amplifier. And
Yeah.
And you
64th notes.
Yeah, I mean, like I can. It doesn't matter if it's a Strat or a Les Paul. I can get plenty of sustain playing through a loud amplifier.
Yeah.
You know, it's
How
not,
long does it
and
have
I've never
to
like, oh, this note's not
hang
lasting
on
long
a
enough.
note?
Yeah. Once you get a bunch of distortion on there,
Yeah.
it's like,
Carlos Santana, I like that one note that he plays. Those fuck guys, Carlos Santana's just like hold that note and just walk away. That's the solo. I
We
don't
had
get it.
Gary's guitar doing that yesterday. Yeah, just.
But I can
wouldn't
do
even
that with
touch
any,
it,
if
and
you get your amp set up right, and
Yeah.
and know how to wiggle your finger, you can get that note. Yeah, I know people love talking about sustain, but I've never had an issue with like, oh, this guitar has no sustain.
So David Lee
Yeah.
wants to know, have you ever done a B-bender guitar? No, but I would love to do a B-bender
I would
guitar.
too. It's really cool. We've offered it up to a bunch of people.
Yeah.
And then they find out how expensive it is. Just
We know because
just
we've
the
talked to
parts.
Josh about we've actually talked to Josh at Hipshot and said, if you want, we'll do this for your customers. And so far, no one has. It's really expensive.
The parts
just
are,
the bits.
Yeah. Not even because really the routing and all of that's not that hard. It's
Yeah.
and the template's not crazy expensive. I'd love to do one of those, and I'd love to play around with one of those.
It would be easier to mount a Bigsby to a guitar with a Tune-o-matic and just run some of the strings
Just-
through the Bigsby.
Yeah, leave the
And
leave-
just do it would actually be cheaper to do that than it would be to actually because
Yeah.
I think the B bender itself costs $300-$400
Yeah, I was gonna
for
say
the yeah,
$3 something for
and then you
just
have
the
to
hardware.
hog a ton of material out of the back of your guitar. Yeah,
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
badass, but yeah.
You got to know what you're doing with it too. I mean, I've tried
Sure.
playing with
Yeah.
one once, and I was completely confused, and it just sounded like
Yeah.
crap. And I'm like, why do I want this?
There was a
But-
guy at NAMM that had a B-bender, and I forget how exactly it worked, but it was almost like a trem arm, but it was smaller and lighter and
Oh,
and
that's right.
He could flat out play this,
And it was
thing,
just a
and it was
bridge
neat.
mount thing.
Yeah,
right?
it was a whole bridge, but it was factory.
That's
It connected
Yeah, I
to
had
all
the
the
one with
tellies.
the strap button where you got to like.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we saw a guy. He had a bunch of levers and gizmos, and it was pretty neat. And it was a little. It was on the spendy side, but the installation was considerably easier.
Yeah, and you could probably turn your guitar back into a regular guitar if you didn't like it.
Eric from Seymour Duncan brought that guy over to see us.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, and the guy was really could play the thing. It was really neat, and those licks are awesome.
Boop, boop, boop. So this has been a lot of fun, you guys, and I can't tell you how much fun I had just sort of talking guns and guitars with everybody. And
Don't pet the microphone, Brett.
It's
so
hard
soft.
It's like a
It's
treble.
so soft and cuddly.
It's like
It
a
is like a little
treble.
treble.
I have no idea what are the answers to the various who is the who of guns and guitars, but I'm gonna think about these things and I'm gonna post it on Facebook or
You know
something.
what? One thing I'm sure of is
What's that?
weenie roller.
Weenie roller.
Just finished my beer.
Fake it.
Do you guys know that okay, so let's talk about the weenie roller shirts for a second. And if Eric is watching, I'm going to use this as Eric. I know I need to get back to you, and I haven't done that yet. But I talked with Dan at Fresh Agenda, and the Weenie Roller shirts are ready to go. I'm going to put my order in. So if you pre-ordered a Weenie Roller shirt, they are going to be available eminently, and they will be here for Texas Toast Days too. So I just need to get the order going, and they'll be ready to go. We'll all be weenie rolling, right? Yeah.
Yeah, see?
There's flies buzzing around this
You
new
got
shop.
this hornet
It's
killer
just,
here.
oh, yeah.
Were there-
Yeah, we
did
had
have
to sad
hornets
after.
in here or out there?
outside. But they were right above the door.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
every
yeah.
time you open the door, they
Corrugated
come in.
metal or
Yeah,
whatever,
so
yeah.
we gave them the shot.
Yeah,
It was
they
sad,
were.
actually.
It wasn't sad. Kill those
Yeah,
bastards.
I don't feel
It
sympathy
wasn't
for these
puppies.
Yeah, it was wasps.
Bastard.
What part of the ecosystem do they even like?
They're
Like-
the douchebags. I know. But
They're-
these guys
they're
came
the
back,
they're the
like,
guys
came
from
back
Jersey
home and
Shore
they're,
of-
like, freaking out. Like, I gotta
Hey!
leave my house, but it's on fire, but I gotta save my mom, and I
Yeah.
can't go in there.
Yeah.
It's, you know, yeah.
Yeah,
It's the same thing.
it's not
Yeah.
the same thing, but anyway. So,
I'm not saying they don't deserve to die. I still just felt bad.
Bullwhip Johnson says, speaking of weenies, he's going to make some jambalaya with wieners. That's a real Cajun treat right there.
It is
Is
okay.
this going to be a Texas Toast Day?
I think he's in Germany. So,
Oh.
Bullwhip, are you in Deutschland? I want to think that you are. Maybe Switzerland.
You could
I
come
don't know.
Send
So I
us
don't
some
know.
weenies.
I don't know
and-
if you saw this though, but like there was a little sidebar.
Talking to the microphone, babe.
Oh, there was a whole sidebar about after I said "uck."
Yeah.
So all these people are like, "Hey, I'm in Uck. I live in Uck. I live in Uck." So I hope these guys like get together.
I don't think they can hear you.
Yeah, they can hear me.
Okay.
Relax.
I'll be the judge. of that.
I just hope that they all get together like next Sunday and throw back some Coors Light and drink and watch the football.
In
Oh,
Uck.
in
In
Uck?
Uck, yeah.
Yeah.
Can you get Coors Light in Uck?
Yeah, you can get everywhere where there's freedom. There's Coors Light.
How about Keystone Light?
I don't know about that.
The
Looks like
Stone.
Bullwhip Johnson is actually in Ohio. Why did I think he
Yeah,
was
I-
in Germany?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I'm sorry, Mr. Johnson. But anyway, I don't have any problem with Germany. So,
Or Ohio.
Tiger Panther Fox says that we can hear you. I
told
know he's
you.
not talking about me because everybody can hear me. I'm always hollering. And,
gotta
They
yeah.
Yeah.
can hear you in Germany with
Yeah,
loud
they can-
You were the
flags.
loudest dude on that podcast last night. It was like, yeah, Matt's in the house.
Hey, I'm the loudest person everywhere. So yeah.
So,
You smell like oil.
yeah.
Okay, guys, is there anything else you want to talk about real fast before Chris? You got anything else before we wind her down for another week?
I thought I had a bunch of stuff, and I guess I don't. So
There
we'll do
is-
maybe we'll do some fun live videos this week.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And,
Let me know what you guys would like to see in terms of fun live
I
videos
want to see the
coming up.
Aquasonics performing live on.
Hey, you're gonna see the
everybody wants to
Aquasonics.
see that.
This is the last Aquasonic show with drummer Kevin. Is that
It is,
right?
exactly,
Because
yeah,
he's moving
yeah.
to Nashville.
He is.
You got a new drummer yet?
No.
If any of you guys are drummers,
Yeah. If everyone wants to play in a surf band in Colorado, let me know. EDC of guitars. Doc, did you not see my EDG video from several years ago? I need to. Unless I think what you're doing is you're saying, "Hey, when are you going to make that damn video, man?"
Yeah,
And
we need to. You need to re-update that.
I need to revisit
that
that.
deal,
Yeah.
what's
Yeah.
EDG?
Everyday guitar.
Oh, isn't that the Daily Driver?
Well, that's
No.
whatever it is.
Well,
Whatever
like
your
what is
everyday
your
carry.
everyday guitar? What's the guitar that you grab?
Your daily
Got it.
driver.
Yeah.
So there was a thing. So Brett wants to know what's an EDG, and where I stole that term from was EDC or everyday carry, and that's stuff like what's in my pocket. So I've got this
Yeah.
flashlight and this knife and these keys and this phone and you know what? I have 2 knives.
And this pencil.
One is the Swiss Army knife, just like they use in Switzerland for cutting cheese and whatever they do over there. So anyway, so everyday carry was like all this stuff in your gun and your phone and your shit like that. So I wanted to come up with the everyday guitar or EDG, where what's your go-to, you pick it up and it's always there. So that's what EDG. And several people sent me in their pictures of their everyday guitar, and it was really great to see what guys pick. So yeah,
That was an idea before its time. Now you can really
now we can really make
really
it.
do
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Someone wants the Dirty Knobs wants to see stripper poles. That's you. I want to see Matt's shorts again. It's we're running out of short weather, but
Next Sunday
don't
is
know.
Send-Off
September is
Day.
still short weather.
September.
Well, actually, Sunday.
Yeah.
The wrap up for Texas Toast Days
Uh huh.
is cutoffs day.
I don't have my cutoffs on today, so
You have shorts on, but they're not cut off.
yeah,
it's
so
not
there's
the
really
same thing.
nothing to see here.
They're khaki shorts.
Someone wants to see more beloved pin router videos and EBO bass. I should probably do another EBO bass.
Yeah.
Is there anything going on with that now, or what else have you done?
Well, the neck needs to get the finish removed and the frets pressed in and set back into the body, and then we can get painting on that.
Every day that it's here, it gets closer to being done.
Fernando, review your California model. I don't have a California model. I built a version of the Hamer Californian for a customer, and it's no longer here. But Lance is a pretty good sport about coming back and doing stuff, so maybe we could have Lance come back and do one of those.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Or that would be a good, just video. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
I'll shut up now.
Let's see. 2 knives. You must be part Mexican Indian like me. I don't know if I am. Maybe I
mean,
am.
that would explain your beard growth
My weird funky beard thing. Maybe.
and your gorgeous hair.
And my gorgeous. Actually, so I carry 2 knives because this one is to cut boxes and stuff. Because this one I kind of want to have be sharp, and I hate sharpening knives.
It's
So
for cutting sandwiches and stuff.
this is for cutting quesadillas. Let's see. What's the worst guitar you've ever restored? This is a quick question for quick fast. Worst guitar you've ever
Oh, the one with the bugs in it.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
definitely
that was
your,
gross.
yeah.
Yeah, except
Well,
that was a really neat guitar. But yeah, I bought a '78 Jazzmaster from
Tell the whole story.
like a hoarder guy, and
It was
I got
loaded
it
with
home,
insects.
and it was and they were dead, but it had been sitting around where it had gotten and was like mites, and it was gross. So yeah, the whole experience was gross.
Was that the one that I can't? We reshot that one with the sunburst under the white and then relicked
No,
it?
that was the 12 string that I did that on, because it had been previously stripped all the way down to natural.
Okay, yeah.
And then I did a sunburst, and then I shot white over it, and then I relicked it. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
That was a neat
Yeah.
guitar, and that had no bugs in it.
Yeah, no bugs. Bug insect free. Can you guys make a custom Mustang neck? Man, I've been trying to get one with roasted oak finish. Okay, that was Nicholas. Nicholas, we would be happy to make you a custom any neck that you want.
Yep.
To fit in whatever you want it to fit in. Just send me an email. You can reach me through the TexasToastGuitars.com and contact me through that, and let's get something going.
How funny would it have been if, after all that talk about how we can do anything, we'll do anything?
Nah, we can't do that.
No,
Oh.
sorry, man.
Mustangs?
Yeah.
No,
Mustang.
anything you want, we would be happy to help you with. So, in
Yeah.
fact, the kookier the better. So, and he wants with jumbo frets, no sweat. He says he'll be in contact. Excellent. Yeah,
Yep.
let me know what you want to do.
Yep.
Like I say, we'll get something going. Let's see, a guitar with bugs, I'd probably run away and drop it.
It was awful.
It was kind. I think I saw pictures of how rotten and
Yeah, because
crappy it was.
the bugs were all cleaned off of the outside. So I went to the guy's house and I played it, and I
Did you
loaded
say
it
it
in
kind
my
of
car.
smelled like pee in his house?
Yeah, the house was it was a bad situation, and and it was a long drive, and I kind of wanted the guitar, but I kind of wanted to beat the guy up about price a little bit.
Yeah.
And he was sick, and
He thunderdomed you, huh?
no, not really. because
Remember
it was
that
still
in
an
Mad
o-
Max
an
Beyond
okay
Thunderdome when
idea.
he's about to come down on that guy, and it's
Yeah,
like he's kind
yeah.
of like he's like a retarded guy, and he wants
Yeah.
to. He's like, I can't kill this retarded guy. He got Thunderdomed by him. I'm not saying that the
Yeah,
guy you bought your guitar from
I
was
didn't,
retarded,
but yeah, and then I got it
'Cause that's
home
not
and I
funny.
tore it apart, and that's when I found all the bugs, and I was like,
Yeah.
gross. And I cleaned them out, and the guitar was good.
Let's see. E Jar wants to know, can you duplicate necks? Yes. If
Yep,
you've
we
got the
can.
money, we got the time.
You get the duplicarver.
We do have a duplicarver. Yep. Wormwood. Yeah, wormwood. That's when you throw the insect-ridden parts and replace them. The body was the insect-ridden bits. So Chris already just left. He just got up and walked away.
I think he had to pee.
He just sexual chocolate you.
He just like dropped the mic, and yeah, like I think what Chris is thinking is that when you're on a podcast with me, you really don't have to worry about me not talking during the podcast.
True that.
So Blaster was May Swayze's kid in Mad Max. Was that Master was the little guy in Blaster. I don't know who
Yeah,
makes
I think
Swayze.
Master Blasters. I think
There were
Master's the
two
little guy who
guys.
was like the brains, and
He was the
Blaster
brains of the
big
operation. He was the
muscle
great
guy.
big, like monster guy. Yeah,
Yeah,
but he was,
Master
but he
Blaster.
was, he like had, he was
So it was like
developmentally
Fazzini
disabled. Yeah.
And Andre the Giant.
Well, but Andre.
It was not
yeah,
the Giant,
yeah.
wasn't Master Blaster.
No, it was and guys, it's not funny yet to have. We don't make fun of people for disabilities here in the shop. So anyway, that's because that's not cool. So guys, thank you for joining us for this week's podcast. It was a lot of fun to hang out and talk with you guys again. We've got a lot of great stuff coming up this week. So many things in the shop. There'll be some live videos. And then don't forget, on Friday is our kickoff for our annual party called Texas Toast Days. And it's going to be Friday the 13th, Saturday the 14th, and Sunday the 15th. Here's Chris again. Did you just take a dump?
He
No.
did a wee wee, number one.
Yeah, I drank a bunch of water this
Oh,
afternoon,
yeah.
and then I had 2 Keystone Lights.
Yeah.
And sat here. And when you get to be my age,
I know.
when
It
you
goes
go,
like that.
when you
Actually,
gotta
I
go,
don't
you
know.
gotta go.
Chris is older than me.
Yeah.
Hey, so one more thing that's regionally apt. They've changed the name of Mile High Stadium to Sports Authority Field, Invesco Field, and now it's the Empowerment Field.
Power Field at Mile High.
Who do you want it to be, though? If it could be anything in the world.
The only thing other than Mile High,
Stadium.
the only thing
All right.
I will accept is Casa Bonita Field.
How
Yes.
Mile
awesome
High.
would that be? So Chris's
Casa Bonita presents.
Yeah.
Chris's
Yep.
birthday
Mile High
is
Stadium.
January 17th, and he's gonna be 50. We're gonna take him to Casa Bonita this year.
I
let's
haven't been.
go.
I haven't been since I've been an adult.
You want to go, Brett?
Oh, hell yeah.
You want to go,
And if-
Mrs. Toast?
Of course I do.
You guys want to go too? You want to go to
should
Casa
come.
Bonita with Chris for his
In-
50th birthday?
In case you're unfamiliar with Casa Bonita, please Google search South Park's Casa Bonita, and then you know exactly what it's like.
And
Yep.
everything in the show is exactly.
They have
like it
all
is.
that stuff,
It's
yeah.
It's the real thing.
So guys, if you want to celebrate Chris's Big 5-0 with us at Casa Bonita, make plans to be in the Colorado area, in the
It's a short,
Denver
like,
area.
3 months away.
It's
man.
not far. We've got
Practically.
people who might want to come
Yeah.
from Dayton, Ohio.
You know
I don't
or
what?
know.
People
from
might be
Germany or
planning.
no-
People might be planning a ski trip.
Yeah.
And they go, hey, we should go.
Hey, yeah, there's
for Chris's
yeah.
birthday and go to Casa Bonita with those.
Happy
jackasses.
meal with Chris at Casa
right
Bonita.
down the street.
Get some sopapillas.
We got it all.
We gotta get dinner at Taco Bell first.
To get
And
something
then-
I
authentic.
hardly think Taco Bell's a step in the right direction.
Oh,
Oh,
sure it
it's
is.
better than Casa Bonita.
No, Taco Bell sucks.
Yeah, it's better than Casa Bonita.
That's what I mean. Is
Oh, see, there's some people here who's already like up for the road trip.
yeah.
Texas Toast
yeah.
meet and greet. Chris's 50th. This is gonna be so.
Oh, and yeah,
huge.
shrooms are also decriminalized here.
Not at Casa Bonita. I don't
Well,
think you can do that.
Oh yeah, you want to be on shrooms.
I
at
wouldn't
Casa
wanna
Bonita.
be
That would
there,
be
no.
awesome.
Well, people should also come to the thing this weekend. Never mind 3 months. from
Yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So again,
Yeah.
guys,
Yeah.
the big party is this weekend at Texas Toast.
There's several opportunities.
Texas Toast Days. If you can't make
You
it for
could-
that,
you
we
can get a
totally
plane
understand.
ticket from Germany or Spain and get here by this weekend.
You can get a plane ticket. You can get on a
Leave
boat,
now.
a
The
really
last
really
minute
fast
plane
boat.
ticket
Yeah,
for
okay.
Texas Toast Days.
All right,
Yeah.
let's wrap this shit up.
Yeah.
So, guys, if you want to make it to Texas Toast Days, or if you have any questions about a custom instrument or part, please let me know. Send me some emails from the Texas Toast website.
Unless it's a Mustang.
Especially if it's a Mustang. And let's see, if you like this video, go ahead and click the like button, the thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing, because all the cool kids are doing it. Over 10,000 people have subscribed, and that's super cool. Thank you
You wanna
guys
be
so
cool,
much
right?
for that.
I used to be kind of cool, and then I subscribed.
Now you're super
It's
cool.
really cool.
If you like the stuff like this, you might want to consider going over to our Patreon page and consider becoming a member. Even $1 a month goes a long way to helping us bring you guys stuff like this. Patreon is a very, very cool thing. If you can't do Patreon, though, we totally understand it. Feel free to share this video as many places as you possibly can on Insta, Google, TwitFace.
I love that. It's
And
hilarious.
I stole that from somebody, I can't remember who. Share the video, and that helps us grow the channel too. So, guys, until the next time we do one of these live things, or until Texas Toast Days, or until next Sunday at 5 o'clock
Yep.
Mountain Time.
And we'll do. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
We'll do something live Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Dang!
Well, Sunday will be the regular thing.
Okay,
Friday,
yeah.
Saturday
Sunday,
for sure.
Sunday.
We'll do a
Domingo,
live
Domingo,
thing
Domingo.
every day, so stay
Lunes,
tuned. for
sábado.
that.
Saturday too.
And
So-
we'll do some other fun stuff.
So,
too.
okay, guys.
Fun, cool stuff.
So until next time, this is Matt and Chris and Mrs. Toast at Texas Toast Guitars, reminding you that life is short. You might as well have a cool guitar. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Weenie roller.
See ya.
Rolling.